Wow, welcome to another episode of Strategic Lenses. This is Susan Ateno. I am your host. Today we have another topic coming at it again, just to talk about, and I want to name it, We Are All Dealing. We are all dealing. I remember sometimes when I went shags, and I think I was talking to my mom. And I think there were a few things that she was dealing with, and I was also dealing with a few things. And at that moment, I just remember I told her, you know what, Mom, we are all dealing. We all have something in our lives that we are always on our knees praying for, that we are always, that's always bothering us. It could be a health condition, it could be a situation, it could be a situationship. It could be a complex situation. It could be something that you're not clear about, that's bothering you. It could be your in-laws. It could be your children. It could be your parents. Oh my God, we are all dealing. We are all dealing. We are all dealing with something. There's something in our flesh. There's something that is a thorn in our flesh. There's a skeleton inside there that you don't know what to do about, and it's frustrating you. And every day you wake up and you're like, oh my God, again I have to deal with this. Again I have to look at this again and again and again. And I think for some reason it's just God's way of reminding us that we need Him. If you're a believer, it's really God's way of reminding us that we need Him. So let us look at this title, this topic. We are all dealing. I think it's going to be a short one, so just stick with me. And just to introduce it, I'm just like, I would like to say that the fact that you look at someone and you see that they carry something or carry themselves quite well doesn't mean that that particular thing is heavy. Or the fact that you look at someone and you think that they have their lives all put together, and you ask yourself, this person, do they ever have any stress points? Do they ever have any issues? You know, maybe someone is, all put together, always in heels, always in makeup. If you're a lady, if you're a gentleman, you're always in a suit. You're always in proper hair. You don't look like beat. You don't like chapa. No. And the question is, sometimes people are in suits with no money, people in big cars with stressful situations at home, people are in big company jobs, and their children are not okay. Everyone has something. So the fact that you carry it so well doesn't mean that it's not heavy. So I'd like to remember, I think last week or the other week, 2 weeks ago, and I'm lucky enough to have a hybrid sort of arrangement with my workplace, where I can go to work and to the office or work at home. But of course, after COVID, most of us worked from home, and a few of us didn't have that privilege. They still had to go back to work. And so normally my morning routine will be to wake up, of course, a little earlier, and after dropping the kids to the bus to go to school, I'll go for a morning run, and then come back, and then prepare for the day. So shower, take breakfast, and all. And then I remember this day I was calling my friend, and my friend was like, I was telling her, now is when I'm just from my morning run, and then I just want to take breakfast, and then I'll probably start work around 9:30. And she's like, oh my God, you're so lucky. I'm already in the office. I woke up so early. I had to beat traffic. Then I have to be here the whole day until 5 p.m. You're just in the comfort of your home. You're just in the comfort of your house. You're working. And I'm like, and then she made a comment. She's like, I wish I could have your life. You see the way I'm laughing? That's the way I laughed. That's the way I laughed. I'm like, you do not want my life. I'm like, imagine you do not want my life. The fact that you don't feel like, you feel like it's more lucrative to have this part of it where I can control my time more and still work at home, and you have to you have to go to work, doesn't mean that now that doesn't mean that defines the look, like my life looks lucrative in that form. No, you do not want my life. the number of things that I'm dealing with, oh my God, you do not want to deal with half of them. And I think most of us can relate to that. That sometimes we honestly look at people's life and I'm like, if I only had their lives, if I only had that car, I would have met all the clients that I needed. If I only had those shoes, if I only had that job, if I only had that kind of a mother or kind of a father, if I only had that kind of a sister. But you don't know what the other person is dealing with for you to admire it so much that you want it. We are all dealing. People are carrying very heavy luggage, and trust me, if you personalize your relationship with people and sit down with them and start asking them, what are you actually going through? Oh my God, the horror stories you will hear will just like, you know what? Let me just be content with my life, because my life is much better despite of everything that I'm dealing with. Another point that I'd like to bring about everyone is dealing is that we're all dealing with the same hell, just different devils. We are all in hell, just different devils. Your devil could have horns. Your devil could have black eyes. Your devil could have red eyes. Your devil could have one leg or 3 eyes. We're all dealing with the same hell, just different devils. Who is your devil? What kind of devil are you dealing with? And everyone has a story. Everyone has a story. Let me just bring some examples that we admire. Some people could be dealing with childlessness, and it's a very bad, it's a very it's a heavy burden to carry. But on the flip side, some people could have children who are out of control, to the point that they wish they didn't have those children. Children are causing them grief, and sometimes you can see that. We may not say it because there are gray areas, but some of these circles, you could be admiring the other person, not knowing that when they're walking in this shoe, the kind of heaviness that they're carrying, it's very heavy on these two different types of people. One person is dealing with childlessness, and the other one person is dealing with a rogue child, a crazy child, a child who is out of control, and both of them are in a very tight, heavy situation. That is one example. Some people are dealing with being single, pressure of getting married, pressure of when are you settling. And yet on the flip side, some people have marriages that are horrible. They want to leave. And so you wonder, this person who is single is wishing to be married, and the other person who is married is wishing to be single, and you wonder now, which is the better side? I'm not sure if there's any better side unless you make it work. So in your singlehood, make it work. If your marriage circle, make it work. You don't know what the other person is dealing with in their current situation. Some people can be longing for a car. Because they're tired of walking and they want to get into the next level of life, and someone else would be having a car that is giving them so much grief. Oh my God, this car is always just in the garage, and you're like, I want to throw away this car. Yet someone else is admiring that which you have, and we've been in all this situation. And the point I'd like to make here is, what kind of devil are you dealing with? Because we are all in hell. And if there's any consolation, is that we are all dealing. We're all dealing with a thorn. We're all dealing with a thorn in the flesh, something that will put you down on your knees and pray, something that will humble you, something that will make you remember your coexistence, and you're like, you know what, this is my situation, let me just accept it. Just accept it. Just make it work. Just more and say, fine, I want to go and tell someone my problem. I want to go and whine and make noise and look miserable and look like it's very heavy on me. Yet that person you're going to tell your problem has 1,001 issues. The difference is how you carry it, actually. And this is the last point I want to make on this, that try to carry your issues well. In fact, if you understand that all of us are dealing, you will really try to carry your issues to yourself. And if you have to share, you will share with the right people, the people who actually care and will not criticize you. Don't just go sharing your issues with everyone. No, not everyone cares like that. Some people just, not everyone who laughs at you, laughs with you is happy for you or is happy with you. So have specific people you want to share your issues with. Otherwise, when you go carrying yourself like, you know, you are the one who has 1,001 issues, you're just going to give 411s or gossip to a group of friends who are just having a good time. All of a sudden your issues are going to be discussed in that circle. And you don't want that. You don't want to fund or to give content. You don't want to give content of your personal life to a group of people who are just meeting over a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. So you give them something to say. I hope you're really getting. You don't want to be the topic of discussion. So the fact that someone carries themselves very well doesn't mean that it's not heavy. It is heavy. Just have coping mechanisms and areas where you let out your issues. But yeah, we are all dealing. So just remember that it's your different devils and different hells. Same hell, but different devils. Until next time, this has been Strategic Lenses. Thank you.